weeks now, the New Hampshire Department of Environmental Services has been investigating water contamination around the Saint-Gobain Performance Plastics facility in Merrimack. They found elevated levels of a chemical known as perfluorooctanoic acid in the water, and they've started soil testing now as well. It's something affecting thousands of Granite Staters, and it could affect more who don't know about it. Joining us now to talk about the issue is Clark Freise, the Assistant Commissioner of DES. Clark, thanks for joining us.
Good morning.
For those who haven't been tracking this closely, Clark, just take us through what's been going on since Saint-Gobain came to you guys and said, we found some elevated PFOA in our water.
Right. They, on their own, went out and tested the water in their facility, which comes from the Merrimack Village District. They found some elevated levels. And with that, we put out an announcement letting people know that they had been found. And we started doing testing. Initially, we really focused on a 1 mile radius right around the plant to try and figure out what pattern we saw and see from that where we should continue to test. We found inside that 1 mile radius were some very elevated levels, and we started putting people on bottled water as a protective measure. As we started doing that and filled in that pattern, what we saw was it was very random. You would have neighborhoods where 4 people were very elevated and others would have what we would consider a safe level. With that pattern, we made the decision to go ahead and put whole neighborhoods on bottled water, not just individual wells. And we expanded the radius in which we're doing the testing as we saw the elevated levels coming outside of the 1 mile ring.
Can you explain a little bit about what PFOA is? It's been around for a long time, and it's man-made, and it's essentially ubiquitous in the environment now because it does not break down by natural processes.
Correct. In fact, it was designed to be highly resilient. The element itself is usually used in what's called a suspension. You have a material you want to put onto a plastic or a metal or something else, and you don't want it to clump up. And so you put PFOA into the mix, and that keeps it from clumping up. So it's generally, it won't connect to things, and it is very, very resilient. In the process, as you pull the Teflon or whatever material out of that mix, the PFOA is left behind. Usually it's recycled. What was found is once we were able to test at higher and higher sensitivities, some of it was going up the smokestacks of plants, getting up into the air, depositing from the air onto the ground, and then from there making it down into the drinking water groundwaters.
Do we know what Saint-Gobain was using PFOA for back in the last decade? I've heard it was some sort of architectural product?
Well, it's a mix. They coat fabrics, and we toured the facility and inspected the facility, and they coat fabrics with various materials, primarily Teflons and other materials, for a myriad of reasons. Protective clothing, protective shelters for the military, protective shelters for military hardware systems, a number of different capabilities.
And so in the last decade, I remember something 2005 or so, there were emissions going on from that Saint-Gobain Performance Plastics plant, and DES was tracking those emissions because those are regulated, and the conditions existed, I've heard, that they were exceeding those emissions limits?
That's accurate. When they first expanded their permit because they opened up additional lines here, they gave us their emissions data from one of their other facilities that had the exact same equipment. And with the equipment at the time, there was no measurable PFOA coming out of the stack. And so they put in their permit that they would not be emitting any out of their stack. A couple of years later, the technology to measure advanced. And when they did, they found they were emitting something out of the stacks. We studied that, and at maximum capacity, they would have exceeded the air limits that are allowed for that chemical in the state. With that, they signed an order with us to immediately start bringing that material out of their product line, and they did. By 2007, they had cut it significantly, and last year they had zero use of APFO, which is their version of PFOA.
It's confusing sometimes with the ammonium perfluorooctanoate is the PFOA that they used in these products. Are they cooperating with this investigation right now? Is it safe to say that they're following what you guys are asking for?
Absolutely. They have already started funding the bottled water. We're doing the dissemination, but they're paying the bills. All of the testing that we're doing, we're controlling the testing and monitoring the testing, but they're reimbursing the state's costs. We have started to set up some testing to actually go to the smokestacks and retest at the smokestacks. Also to go in and test all the precursor chemicals in all of their processes to guarantee that what's being delivered to them, which is documented as having none of this APFO or PFOA, actually doesn't have any, and then to actually measure at the smokestacks to prove that they really are not emitting any more.
Complicated story, complicated issue. One of the more interesting aspects of it to me is not only are you working this, you're actually living this as a resident of Litchfield. How has this been sort of on both sides for you?
I mean, you would always hope that if something like this happened in your town, somebody involved was from your town so that you could reach out to a neighbor. And certainly I've had many neighbors talk to me. Certainly a couple weeks ago as we were delivering water and distributing water, a lot of neighbors stopped by and talked. It's nice to catch up occasionally. Certainly not the way you want to do it. It puts an extra aspect on it when it's your neighbors that are impacted. And for that matter, in Merrimack, I worked in Merrimack for 6 of the last 7 years. My daughter worked in Merrimack the last 3 summers, and she'll be working there this summer. So it's a tight community in that area, and it puts it on a finer point when you know the area that well.
Are you taking any personal precautions with your drinking water?
No, I'm fortunate. We're on Pennachuck water, and Pennachuck water is tested at very low levels. So we're not doing anything other. I don't have any filtering or anything on my water.
You mentioned the testing. Something that caught my ear at the meeting in Bedford was that Merrimack Village District and DES conducted tests for PFOA in 2014 and did find some levels of PFOA in the drinking water. That was reported to EPA, and that was that. Should that have been more publicly disseminated? Should the public have been alerted at that point?
Right. Well, those results are publicly disseminated, and they were at the time. The first test, and again, this goes to how the technology has changed. At that point, we couldn't detect anything below 20 parts per trillion. And the first test came back slightly above that at 40, 42. And the second one came back a no detect, which is theoretically a 0, but could be up to a 20. Back then, Hoosick Falls, North Bennington weren't known. The way that this air deposition goes on really wasn't understood. And so at the time, the feeling was it was at a low enough level that it wasn't a health concern. The EPA had set a provisional health advisory at 400. Obviously, this next time around, as we were learning what was going on in Hoosick Falls and Bennington, we were getting ready to go and do our own testing on wells around the facility when they went ahead and did it on their own.
The health concerns, obviously another big question mark, because people don't quite know how this chemical interacts with the body. Obviously, some levels have been set by the EPA in terms of what it believes is safe for short-term and short-term consumption. We don't yet know the long-term consumption number, but what is the sense? Obviously, this is not a chemical you want in your body at large quantities.
Yeah, it's not good for you, certainly. And the question is how much of it is below a health risk. And we don't know that answer. And the EPA is supposed to be coming out with a long-term health advisory soon, and we're very much looking forward to having that. Right now, we've reviewed the data that's out there, the studies that are out there, the peer-reviewed articles, and we've been using 100 points per trillion as sort of a decision level to know the areas in which we need to concentrate more testing, get bottled water in, and work to protect the short-term exposure to the citizens. It's one of these things, though, where we don't really know what health effects we're even working against. And people should. We have a central website we've set up at the DES website. There's great materials there. Dr. Benjamin Chan, who's a state epidemiologist, gave a very complete presentation. Everything that's being studied, everything that's been seen. In fact, it's videotaped, so if people want to go online and watch that and watch Dr. Chan's presentation, they can both follow it on the PowerPoint presentation and the video. It is an area of very open study.
Right. Does Saint-Gobain take a position on whether or not this chemical is harmful?
I don't believe they've taken a corporate position. As I said, they've been cooperative. Everything we've asked for them to do, they've done. They certainly, when we asked them to do a local site investigation, they immediately got the wells going. They got the soil sample tests done. And they've been very open in their communication, both of what they're doing and the results.
And the well that they drilled on their own property had 5,800 parts per trillion of PFOA.
Highest number found was 5,800, yes.
And we do have a statement from Saint-Gobain Performance Plastics that Saint-Gobain Performance Plastics remains in contact with local and state authorities regarding the best course of action going forward and is assisting in investigating the source or sources of the elevated levels of PFOA and other PFCs, which are currently unknown. The well-being of all Saint-Gobain employees, as well as the residents of the communities surrounding our plants, continues to be a top priority. Interesting note there within that statement, they talk about possible sources of PFOA. This is something your agency is looking into now, too, of whether or not there are other locations or industrial plants in the state that were using PFOA and whether that might be in the environment as well.
Right. We are in an investigation to look at other facilities that have used these chemicals or similar chemicals, anything in the C8 family. We're trying to find out what else is out there, any of the PFCs, really. As you know, we do have another site at Pease that has other PFC contamination issues. And these materials were used not just in these kind of industrial processes, but also in firefighting films and foams. And so there is a research effort right now, an investigation effort to go in and find other facilities, inspect those facilities, and if we feel it's necessary, actually do groundwater testing near those facilities.
Is it difficult to remove this chemical from water, or is it relatively easy?
It actually removes from water reasonably well. Carbon filters work well. So point of entry filters in a home or a point of use filter. And there is a sheet on the website, that does go through what you can do if you want to start filtering just as a precaution.
In terms of those people who are right around the plant, have you proceeded at all with any blood tests yet for these people to find out how much PFOA is in their system?
We're not involved with that. We're the environment. DHHS, Department of Public Health, is working on that. I know they've reached out to the people whose wells have tested above 100 because the belief is they've been drinking that water, and they've started communicating with them about the benefits of blood tests and how those could be done. We're not directly involved day to day with that. Our teams are out doing the well sampling and the soil sampling.
And we'll know much more essentially when EPA comes out with this long-term exposure standard?
We need to study it, first of all. The state has a history. We sometimes use the EPA's guidance, and sometimes we go with something more stringent. We need to see what they come up with. I will say so far we got the peer review draft that went out. It was very complete, very detailed. We're waiting to see what comes out of the final peer review, the final document, and we'll be reviewing that and getting communication out about as quickly as we can.
All right, Mr. Freise, thank you so much for your time and your expertise, and I'm sure we'll be checking in with you on this issue again in the coming months.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for your time, and we will be right back.